Oh my God, you guys! Claire and Isaac are going on a date. This is so insane. I can't even believe it.
Guys, slow down. What's going on?
Claire asked Isaac out on a date.
What?
You serious?
Close, right? I saw them hanging out together after Ty's recital.
They bonded during the shuttle accident, and it just blossomed into something more.
A human and an artificial life form are incompatible. It will not succeed.
The guy has limitations. I mean, even in the best case scenario, he's still my father, and he'll never be a weightlifter no matter how much his heart is in it.
Our sci-fi universe was in a dark, gritty state. Nothing but dystopia, then the Orville started. Wait, the ship came so cool, all Trekkies began to drool. Isaac and had banana too, they built a star. So lay a pyramid, alternate history, with Holo Cloud mystery. That all started with the Orville gang.
Bazinga, you guys. What's going on, everybody? I'm JP, and welcome back to the Talking the Orville New Horizons live show, Splosion. Today we got a lot to talk about. I just got back from Los Angeles last week, visiting Jay Lee and some other wonderful people from the Orville. Jay Lee in concert. It was an absolutely amazing experience. I have to thank Julie and Sci for making all of that possible. How you guys doing today? It's starting. What's up, Jesse Jam Tart? Sir the Ferris One. Looking great, dog. Thank you very much. I try. Got up. I went to the gym at 5 o'clock this morning and 5 o'clock yesterday morning. Don't have to go tomorrow, but I got to do it again Thursday and Friday. Gonna try to get swole by the time the Orville New Horizons premieres in March, you guys. Trying to get that health going because I got a lot of work to do. I got a lot of work to do from now until then because my new goal for Talking the Orville, ever since the season 3 teaser premiered, and of course we have more premieres to come, I finally have not the motivation, but the inspiration. I know what I'm doing now. I know what my goal is until the premiere of the new season, and that is to get as many eyeballs on season 3 of the Orville as I possibly can by doing my best to officially become. I mean, I'm unofficial, but it would be nice to be labeled as official by the powers that be, by Avis. Praise be, to be the official Orville Companion Series show. They're not hiring for that. I just decided I wanted that, and I'm just gonna pretend that I have that, and I'm gonna work as if I have that. I'm gonna do my best. You might have seen a lot of changes going on with the channel in the last week or two, and that all just popped into my head as soon as I saw that trailer. I'm like, oh, the Orville has leveled up like nothing I've ever seen before. So I'm like, well, I got to level up. I got to match the new season of the Orville as best as I can with my abilities. All these things that I've learned over the years, with effects and editing and writing and putting this Talking the Orville series together. I'm going hard. I'm going as hard as I possibly can, day and night, to put out the best content I can on this channel. Now, some of you are like, what about Egotastic FunTime? Because this channel is now called Talking the Orville New Horizons, at least for the next 9 months. But Egotastic FunTime still exists and is still putting out content. It's just now at a different URL. I'm not sure if I put that link down below, but Egotastic FunTime is still there. I just put up a couple of new videos over there, and that's going to be the regular JP fare where I just do my card time videos and my conversations or just my weird zany stuff that I come up with sometimes. The goal is to put up at least 1 to 2 videos a week over on that channel, and then right here on this isn't Egotastic FunTime. Well, everything is Egotastic FunTime, really. Talking the Orville is sponsored by Egotastic FunTime. self-produced by Egotastic FunTimes and viewers like you. Making those changes on this channel, Talking the Orville, the goal is to put out high-quality 4K content. Now, of course, when the Orville does premiere, I'll still be doing some first impression card time videos of the new Orville episodes when they come out, because that's when I really put my thoughts together about an episode, is in my car. You know how I do. What's up, Vendetta Wild? Jaloja, JP. Jaloja indeed. Jaloja! There we go. The buttons work. Yay. Hey, Curtis Tate, official channel member. Brian Dawkins, official channel member. Archmage Frey, official channel member. And there was a couple more on there that I did see. Series LB. Hey, Mark Lawrence, thank you very much for helping to support the channel. It's very much needed and appreciated as I go into this new adventure. You know, with no more success than I had before, but I'm just going to work as if I do have this success.
Boom. Yeah, not like that, but yeah.
Right. I don't know if the lights are going to stay on, but I'm just going to work as if they are. That's how I do. Great to see more people here. Thanks, Mark. Mark was part of, I guess that was last week. I'm starting to forget what day of the week it is, because I've just been sitting in front of my computer most days.
Oh, wow. Sweet emotion.
Figuring all this out with the new signage and the new plan. We did a members only live stream last week. Mark was kind enough to come and hang out, so it was just me and him talking. Now, of course, that live stream is available for all members to check out post, you know, afterwards. So that's all there if anyone wants to watch it. But you're here now, and that's what matters. Oh, that's okay, Archmage Frey. I get it. Can't always make it to every stream, and in those members only streams, there's probably, you know, 38 or 40 of you. So, you know, it's kind of, I shouldn't expect a bunch of people to drop everything to make it, especially when we're doing the for everybody live streams. Now, you'll also see you members out there, that besides having your name highlighted green, you also have new badges that I created, depicting, you know, how long you've been a member. So we have all the different colors of the different disciplines from the Orville, you know, engineering, command, security, medical / science, admirals, and then a special one for anyone that's been a member for over 2 years. I doubt there would be an over 2 years, because I don't think I've had membership. I don't think I've allowed membership for that long yet, but many of you are over the 1 year mark, so that's awesome. And there is new emojis for you guys to share. So for instance, if I said, hey, who is your favorite member of the Orville Bridge crew? There's the new emojis down there that you can just pop it into the chat and let me know who your favorite member of the crew is that's on the bridge. And then the more members we get, the more YouTube allows me to make more emojis to add to the list. Yeah, Shatner goes into space mañana. Good. He should be going to space. He is the most adventurous elderly person in the world. So if anyone of that age was going to go into space, Shatner would be the dude to do it. He'd sign up right for it. Series LB, Brian Dawkins, both in the Admiral column of membership there. Series B loves Bortus. Brian Dawkins loves Alara. Oh, good old Alara. Speaking of Alara, Halston Sage, the next video I'm doing this week is going to be a best of Alara. I'm doing some of these more highly edited, shorter videos for the next week or so, because the next goal I have in my leveling up this channel, which is no longer considered a YouTube channel by me, by the way. This is an actual show, an actual channel. Egotastic FunTime will be a YouTube channel, though. It's on YouTube, but I don't consider it a YouTube channel anymore. Yeah, that's right. That's right. You gotta fake it till you make it, right? Badgers. We don't need no stinking badgers. The next thing I'm doing is tearing down this entire room. I'm tearing it down, and I want to build... my last big Orville video that I did a week or so ago, I had the blue screen behind me. That was a one-time thing. That was just a special to do the green screen. But what I'm doing now is this wall here, I'm going to redo it so that it's a studio set for Talking the Orville. I mean, it'll be a lot of the stuff that you've seen, but I'll have it better arranged. The camera is going to be going all the way over on that side of the room, so my face isn't slam, bam, right in front of the screen anymore. I'll be pulled back a little bit more, get some cool lighting going on. This is all stuff that I already possess that I have. I just, I could just repurpose it to do cooler stuff with it. And then also in this room, I'll be able to turn the camera, have an Egotastic FunTime set in one angle. Turn the camera again, I'll have Angry Nerd Troll set. Yes, Angry Nerd Troll's coming back. If you saw my latest video on the end of the video on Egotastic FunTime, there's a little cameo of Angry Nerd Troll. So I'm going to have a set for him, and then I'm going to have my computer moved all the way over here for the live streaming and stuff like that. And it's out of the way, so it's not in the view of Talking the Orville. It's a big to-do. And I got a bunch of foam to put on the walls for dampening the sound a little bit, making things nice. I'm just leveling up on all fronts as much as I possibly can without spending any money, basically. And I was inspired by the trailer, and I was inspired by Jay Lee when I talked with him last week. We were talking about doing the work, just doing the best you can to accomplish your goals, and I'm just super fired up. And doing the work is something that I heard him say years ago, and that's what made me start noticing Jay Lee and following him a little bit more, because he's always just doing the best that he can. He never takes breaks, and so I'm not gonna take breaks anymore. I can take breaks when I'm broken. After 9 months, I'll be all broken. Hey, what's up, Christina? How you doing? Oh, you love the chat in Twilight Zone. Yeah, everyone loves his Nightmare at 20,000 Feet episode. It's iconic, famous episode of the Twilight Zone. My favorite Shatner episode of the Twilight Zone, and one of my favorite episodes of the Twilight Zone, is, I don't remember what it's called, but it's the one where him and his girlfriend are in a diner, and there's this little fortune teller machine, and they keep changing the way they're behaving, or they're not leaving the town because they're so afraid, because this fortune telling machine keeps saying just ambiguous stuff, and then they're applying all kinds of negativity to it. It's a really great episode. Those foam panels fall off the cinder blocks after a couple of months. Yeah, luckily I got drywall with paint, so hopefully we will. And if I have problems with them, just take a tack. I'll tack them to the wall if I have to. But I do have some foam on the wall over here. You guys can't see it, of course, but that's where my computer setup is going for these live shows. So I'll have more foam around me, so the live shows should sound better as well. No, Tech War has Shatner's Tech War has a big following from what I've seen. I've never really paid much attention to it, but I do remember when new stuff was coming out from that. Rocket Man burning out his fuse out here alone. Oh, you live in an old high school building? Oh, that's kind of cool. I've seen stuff like that online. People will take like a building like that and turn it into a home. Oh, that's easy. Ryan says, and this is a great question, and this is one of the things that people have asked a lot, in comments and stuff, not during live shows. JP, if your channel is Orville now, what happens when Orville ends? Simple. Talk about something different and change the name of the channel. You can do it on a whim, and it doesn't hurt anything at all. And once I realized that, I'm like, oh, I'm going to do what I know I should do. And I've known it for a long time now, was make this channel Talking the Orville, an official series, a companion series, and move Egotastic FunTime to my second channel, where I could do all the weird, wacky stuff. And that channel's not monetized, so I don't have any YouTube algorithms in the back of my brain telling me not to do this, not to do that. I can do anything I want on that channel and just have fun and let loose. 16,000 square feet. Dang. Dang. That's some good amount of feet. I do all my, when I was doing watch parties, I just don't have time for watch parties right now. I might bring them back at some point. But the watch parties, I was just using Amazon Prime. Anything that was available on Amazon Prime. I haven't checked in a while, so I'm not sure when you do Amazon Prime, you can stream anything that's on Amazon Prime on Twitch, because Amazon owns Twitch, so they allow that. But you try to stream anything else from like Netflix or Hulu or any other streaming services, you get shut down. Yes, I was amazing that when you changed your name, YouTube still recommended your videos. So I guess it's okay with the algorithm. Yeah, it's actually better for the algorithm, since most of my content, and now right now for the next 9 months, all my content on this particular channel is going to be as professional as I can make it Orville content. It'll help getting new people. Once the Orville starts, getting a little bit more advertising and a little bit more excitement, people will be able to find this channel a lot more easily than they have before. Christina, what, helping to keep the lights on? That deserves a Where's Gordon's leg? Keep the lights on. You're doing great. Glad you had a great time in LA. Yeah, LA was great. It was nice not having to drive there. Also did not drive around while I was there. Did Ubers, and couple of days I did a lot of scooters, riding those little scooters around downtown Los Angeles. That was a great way to get around. Yes, I even rode scooters through Skid Row at night, and it was fine. I didn't mind it. Just keep going, don't stop, and don't ride on the sidewalks, because you'll run over people. But if you stay in the street, you're fine. So what I'm going to be doing on this channel is like Orville stuff, but I want to do a ton of stuff. I want to maybe do new reviews of all the previous episodes. I want to do, I'll be putting out comedy shorts for the Orville on the YouTube short shelf. I'll be doing spotlights of every character. And then, of course, me popping up like I normally do and deep diving into certain moments or things that have happened on the Orville. And then, of course, any news that comes out, which we're still going to have a lot of news. We're going to have, a full trailer at some point, probably a secondary trailer. We'll be having promotional photos and artwork coming out and more announcements. So I'll be covering all that stuff like I usually do, but now with a little bit more fervor, a little bit more energy, a little bit more of a plan. And I'm really excited. I haven't been this fired up in a couple of years, because I've been keeping my head above water for the last over 2 years, waiting for more Orville content. We thought we were going to have more Orville content, a year or so ago, and we had to keep hanging on, and I did it. So now it's time to really do, because here's the thing, this might be my last chance to do this for the Orville, because we don't know if we're getting a 4th season. Hulu says that a 4th season is on the table to be discussed. It just hasn't been decided yet. I'm pretty sure that the producers and the creators and the cast are looking to kind of move away for a little bit and get their heads straight because of how long and how hard it was to get season 3 finished. They probably want to go out and do a little bit extra things, and then they can all regroup and come back and figure out what they want to do with the Orville. Now, I do know, even if we don't get a season, they do plan on, and this is official, coming out with a couple of Orville movies, which is great. I know another sci-fi series that put out 3 seasons and 6 movies, a little thing called Star Trek. That's how that happened, so maybe the Orville will be the same, but also we might just get more seasons of the Orville. It's just not decided yet. There's a lot of people online that think they know what's going on because they saw some BS hype negativity thing on a blog somewhere. They have no idea what they're talking about, even though they take that stance. We might get more. We just don't know yet. It's a little early to tell. Yeah, after each Star Trek Discovery show, well, every Star Trek show, Will Wheaton does an after show. Would you be up for doing a more corporate after show for Fox that they could put on Hulu? Totally, I'm up for that. That's kind of my goal, Ryan, except for when it comes to a new episode of the Orville, I don't have all that preparation that the Ready Room has. They're able to prepare that episode of the Ready Room before the new episode of whatever Star Trek series even airs, and then then they put it out after the thing. So yeah, I do a show like that, but it will take me a couple days. But that'll probably be a little bit more of my reviews. My review style might switch to a little bit more of an after show type thing. But we'll be doing not only a pre-live show before every new episode, but a post-live show after each episode. So the 10 weeks that we'll be getting new episodes, possibly 8 weeks if we get 3 episodes in that first day, which is still a possibility. But after, each week that there's a new episode of The Orville, there'll be 2 live shows, a pre-show and a post-show. The pre-show will be the day before, the post-show will be the day after the new episode is available. That way, people don't feel like they're missing out, if they're not able to watch the new episode of The Orville at 2 in the morning. I don't think Hulu would have taken on The Orville if they didn't plan to give it more than 1 season. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I know that Hulu is excited about The Orville. I know that Fox is still excited about The Orville, and Disney is excited about The Orville, and they're all involved with The Orville, except for the content. They have no say in the content. That's Seth and the writers. But they're there to pay the bills, and that's great. And I can't wait until the promotion train begins on Hulu. I mean, The Orville is available right now on Hulu. Now, if you're part of the international audience, it's on Disney Plus. It just arrived last month on Disney Plus in the UK, and it's already was available in other parts of the world. But I've looked on Hulu recently, and it's still it's the 2 seasons, but it's not talking about season 3 yet. But eventually they're going to redo the entire page for The Orville on their site, and they'll have season 3. It'll have trailers and clips and all kinds of stuff, and all 3 seasons will be accessible. In Brazil, it's on Star Plus. Nice. Your efforts have to get recognized here soon. Again, you're way too talented to not have the next step present itself. Well, thank you, LGL. I'm doing my best to try to get noticed by doing the work. Not by saying, hey, check it out, look what I made. But just making it and putting it up and letting the viewers react to it and love on it. And as I move on to the next video to make, because I'm just going to be nonstop. I got 20-some weeks. And my goal is to put out 1 or 2 Orville videos per week. So I got about 40-something videos to make. And the topics are easy to come up with for me. I'm also getting ready to write a collab Orville script that I'm going to be working on with the podcast. I'm writing this, the Kalon Paradox. I'll be writing that. I'll be recording the audio. And then the podcasts are going to be handling the visuals. So that's gonna be exciting, but I got to sit down and do it. But also I got to tear this room down first. But before I tear down this room, I got to come up with the best of Alara video. It's always something, you guys. I'm hoping Fox learned their lesson from the missed opportunity that was Firefly and will apply that to the Orville. Well, they already have. The Orville has way more episodes than Firefly had. Fortunately for the Orville and unfortunately for Firefly. Firefly was a great show. They had their 11 episodes. Fox kind of screwed the pooch on that one. But let's be fair, most prime networks screwed the pooch on innovative sci-fi shows. Sci-fi shows don't last very long on prime time, unfortunately, because they're so expensive now. Oh yeah, it's gonna be cool to hear about the Kalon Paradox. Yeah, I already got it. I got a draft of it, but I need to really sit down and make a really cool script and story to follow. No idea what Bruce was playing. I know he's playing something on the Orville. I have no idea what it is. Hopefully not an admiral. I think we're filled up on admirals. I believe we're getting a new admiral this season. That's just a prediction of mine. I believe it might be a Krill. But we don't need any more admirals. Let's get Bruce doing something cool. Maybe he could play Kelly's dad. What? Even though I want Jonathan Frakes to play her dad, I think he'd be the best. What's up, Engine? JP, first time messaging, watching for years. What's your opinion on reaction channels? It really depends. I'm bored of most of them. But every once in a while you come across something that's different. Somebody that really has a really great opinion or a really great reaction and they talk about it. There's reaction videos where it's just somebody going, huh? and then there's ones where they do that, but then they really talk about something, and they're harder to find because those types of videos are harder to make than just mugging at the camera or crying about Luke Skywalker. But they're fine. If they're entertaining, they're fine. And whether or not they're entertaining all depends on the viewer. There's different strokes for different folks. Like when I watch reaction videos, which is only rarely when something happens, I'm like, oh, I want to see the reactions. Usually the reactions that I like are the ones that are not from reaction channels. Like somebody just filmed their sister or their mom reacting to, like when I was watching all the Mandalorian Luke Skywalker reveal reactions, the ones that I enjoyed were the ones that weren't trying to do a reaction video. Someone just filmed somebody else. I like seeing people, emote what they're feeling and have it be not forced or hyped up in order to, entertain or get views or anything like that. I think all the reaction videos I've ever done that are true reactions, like I'm watching the thing happens, has all been spoofs. How talking the Orville song based on walking in Memphis. I'm talking the Orville. Talking the Orville, New Horizons. It's still too early to talk about Firefly. Does the Orville have a janitor? They got to, right? They've got to. Well, Yaphet picks up a lot of dirt anywhere he goes. It all gets stuck in him, in his body. Archmage Frey, I just watched every Stargate show again, and I love how they take famous sci-fi good guy actors and have them play villains. That's what Bruce Boxleitner should play. Yeah, the Orville, anytime they get, a cameo from someone, they do like to play against type for the most part. Like if they ever do get Patrick Stewart on the show, I would love him to play either a villain or it's just somebody really boring. Either one would be hilarious. Paige Arnold.
Oh, wow. Sweet emotion.
In the actual show, I wonder how many years has passed since the last episode of season 2. Would be cool if we had a small time skip. Wow. Yeah, it would actually make sense to have a little bit of a time skip at this point because they basically did have a time skip when they had to shut down because of COVID protocols. So yeah, maybe it'll be 2 years later. I believe they had a lot of time pass between season 1 and season 2. Yeah, thanks, Paige. Thanks for helping to keep the lights on. Very much appreciated. You guys have no idea. Yeah, is it still too early to talk about? It's probably just about time to start talking about Firefly. I do want to see Nathan Fillion on the Orville at some point. I think he'd be an awesome Union captain. I think it'd be great to see him play a captain. We have Captain Mercer. I think it was Carlos. I can't remember the other captain's name that we met before the Kalon exploded him with some pew-pews. And we have a ton of admirals, and that's it. We've never seen any other captains. So I want to see some more captains. Let's open up this Planetary Union universe a little bit. Yeah, Norm Macdonald passed away, as most of you know, who plays the voice of Yaphet. I doubt they do anything with that in season 2, because season 2 was written a long time ago at this point. But maybe they made some quick changes. I don't even know if they had time to make any quick changes. I think it was wrapped before Norm passed away. But they might do something in one of the films or the next season or in the comic books. Which, by the way, we have a new Orville comic book coming out next week. Artifacts. So we'll be doing. I still haven't done a reading. I still haven't done a reading of the. God, what was the last one called? Anyway, the Diversions. No, that's not it. Anyway, the last Orville comic. I haven't done a live reading yet, so I need to do a live reading of that. We got to do a live reading of the new one. So next week, I guess we'll be doing a live reading, maybe 2 live readings to catch up. Oh, and by the way, I'm coming up with a schedule. So from today's Tuesday. And for those of you watching this later, this is whatever day you're watching it. So forget the Tuesday part. This is just happening right now. You barely caught the replay, so thank goodness. But from now on, Orville live streams are going to be on Thursdays, which is Orville Day. So I wanted to do the one today because I wanted to catch up. It's been a while. But now I'm coming with a new schedule, Thursdays. And what I would also like to do is also have new episodes of Talking to Orville. The fancy episodes come out on Thursdays as well. Let's bring Thursdays back to the Orville time, you guys. And also, FYI, those you don't know, when the Orville starts premiering weekly on Hulu, it will be on Thursdays, which is great. So we're keeping Orville Day. Marco, that was it. Marco. We saw Captain Marco before the Kalon destroyed his ship. They gave him the 21-button salute, right? Interesting, JP. I agree. I like the real first-time reactions and then goes in deep after during an episode discussing their thoughts in detail. Yeah, I mean, you do the reaction and then you really talk about what you feel. Otherwise, it's kind of cheating a little bit. If it's monetized, I guess. It's cheating a little bit because you're not really providing anything. But hey, if viewers like that, then I guess it is providing some sort of value. Yeah, Orville Thursdays will be the new Taco Tuesdays.
Really? This is my job? How did I win at life? But I did. I've won. Yeah.
Ooh, I'm going to have tacos, homemade tacos today when I eat my one meal. Oh, nice. Scott Joss says, no, wait. Sorry, Scott. But Scott says Thursday is Orville Day, celebrating the Orville, which is on a Tuesday. Today's Tuesday. Sir the Ferris one, my 70-pound puppy is named Shepherd Book Ferris from Firefly. Oh, good old Shepherd. 13 button. I do 21 button. But yeah, you're right. 13 button salute. Get my numbers all mixed up. Oh, nice. Kalon Sphere says, I plan to live tweet when I watch new episodes. Yeah, when I watch a new episode for the first time, I plan to do nothing but turn off the lights, put on blinders, and just watch the show and soak it in. How is hitting the gym? It was tough yesterday. Yesterday we started the legit gym plan, Jessica and I. So we got up like at 4:45. Put on our gym clothes, drove over to the gym, did an hour, getting those muscles, doing the weights and all that stuff. It was okay. It was fine. But as I left the gym, I felt a little nauseous, kind of that gym nauseous a little bit, but it went away really quickly. This morning when we went, we did, even more stuff and felt completely fine when we left the gym this morning. So that's good. That's how you want it to be. You want it to get, easier and easier while it gets harder and harder. Yeah, Gordon and his mentor go on an adventure in the next comic book, Unknown Space. To Unknown Space. Yeah, it's I thought it was Ed's mentor. I might have to. I haven't read the little blurb on it in a couple months. I need to reread that. But yeah, Gordon, and I guess that must be the mentor, is on the cover. And it says, JP, did you see the Spiffing Brits guide on how to grow a YouTube channel using YouTube's built-in functions? I have not, but I do love that type of content. I watch a lot of that type of content, so I'll have to check that out. A lot of the YouTube stuff type videos that I watch are, I used to watch, the ones I watch the most now are channel makers. And what's it called? They have their own. Doesn't matter. We'll have to talk about it later. I can't remember their name. Video IQ. There you go. VidIQ. That's it. And I watch them. And then a lot of other stuff I watch is just how to be better at creating and working and workflow and stuff like that. Elisabre. I'm sure I messed that up. I usually feel nauseous when I do elevated push-ups, so I stopped doing those. Yeah. Yeah, push-ups, I can do push-ups, but they're just really hard on me because I'm picking up a lot of weight, so I'm building up my arms. So right now, I'm using machines, and then so I can just get all the movements down and get my body moving in weird ways and build up strength. And then I'm going to switch to free weights, and then I'm going to switch to just doing all kinds of crazy stuff. Because like I said, I want to get jacked / swole / shredded by the season 3 premiere of the Orville. Or just overdoing it in general. And of course, I'm also been fasting for a while. So I'm doing the working out with fasting, which means the results will be will be faster. John Gill says, on YouTube nowadays, I only watch Nitpicking Nerd review Lower Decks and Mr. Sci-Fi, Mark Zekri, talking about the Twilight Zone. Though Mark, he could read his grocery list and it would still be great to watch. Yeah, Mark is great at speaking his mind, what's on his mind, and he's got a lot to say, and he's got a lot of experience, and he can give you a in front of the camera and a behind the camera information on anything he's talking about because he has that experience. Looking forward to a few nods to the Orville's inspiration, Star Trek, like Bortus named after Klingon ship, etc. Easter eggs, gotta love them. Well, one thing that I've always thought was funny is that Bortus's and Clyden's child, Topa, is named Topa, which I remember Klingons were always calling stupid people a stupid Topa, calling them a Topa, which is like a simpleton. Oh, that's right. I think I heard there was a new Psych movie. I watched the last Psych movie. I thought it was great. I didn't watch the one before that, but the last one, Lassie Come Home, I think it was called. That was amazing. I just recently watched Dule Hill. He plays the dad on the new Growing Pains. Oh, new Growing Pains would be great. The Wonder Years. I watched the first 3 episodes of that. I thought it was pretty good. Thanks, Roman. I'm trying to got this. I'm trying. What's up, Alicia? Davey loves Trek Culture. What's up, Trek Culture? On YouTube, Marcus House coverage of SpaceX. Yeah, I watch very, very little YouTube channels that are similar to mine. I'm mostly watching videos about how to do things, related to having a YouTube channel. How to edit, how to make, videos a certain way, how to Photoshop, how to level up. And then once I watch that stuff, I just don't have time for anything else. I have to start making stuff. Oh yeah, I'll see the Dune movie. I don't know if I'll review it. If I do review it, I'm going to do that on the regular Egotastic FunTime channel. Because I can do anything on that. So I can do a lot of like car time reviews or just, I'm going to be putting up some sort of Egotastic FunTime set to do videos in the studio as well for Egotastic FunTime. So my plan, hopefully, is to have one Egotastic FunTime video on Mondays and then at least one super high quality 4K Orville video right here on this channel on Thursdays. But I'm sure I'll have that and then a little bit more stuff throughout the week on both channels. I've seen a bunch of Babylon 5. Not a whole ton, but I've seen a few, a good handful of episodes of Babylon 5. I watched a couple episodes with Patricia Tallman. We did a watch party together a couple months ago on her B5 events site. I helped her run it. Babylon 5 seems great. I was never able to get into it when it first aired because that was that time where I started going out and hanging out with friends and all that stuff. But also, if you missed a show back in those days, that show was gone. You couldn't watch it again. There wasn't, unless you set up your VCR or whatever. But yeah, Babylon 5 is, I know people absolutely love it, and we're getting a new Babylon 5 by the original creator for the CW. Can't wait to see what they do with it. Maybe they'll be able to bring those types of stories to a new generation to give them something a little bit more interesting to watch and to think about. Oh, is the new Bond movie out yet? Black Widow just became available. That's probably next on my list because I missed Black Widow as well. So that's probably next on my list to watch on Disney Plus. I think that's on. There's a Dune ripoff movie coming out as well called Planet Dune with the actress that played Chani in the 80s, David Lynch Dune. So it's a revival series. What's up, Kevin Scott? Break in teaching, so I'm here. Well, thanks for stopping by, Kevin. You might notice there is an Admiral badge next to your name. I think the Admirals, anyone who's been a member of this channel for over a year has a badge next to an Admiral's badge. And then, under a year, there's different badge colors for different lengths of time. But all new channel members get the green badge. And then I think it goes up to engineering and then security, command, admiral, and then a special badge that I created. But that's over the 2-year mark. That'll be a little while. That 90s show is ramping up on Netflix. Red and Kitty Foreman are coming back. I'll definitely have to check that out as well. Yeah, or you paid a buttload of money for the individual episodes on VHS, talking about Babylon 5. And VHS was like $20 or more per tape back then. Sometimes more. I remember when Terminator 2 came out on VHS, they were charging $100 for that thing. $100! Archmage says Black Widow was pretty nice, but they really are getting way too heavy with breaking all tension with a joke in Marvel. Not hating on it. They just don't let anything breathe. Yeah, I mean, I love the fact that Marvel has a bunch of humor, but yeah, sometimes it's not the right spot. No, it's a special union badge that I made. I mean, it's not that much different. It's a nice color with a little extra flair on it. Silver, the ultimate silver badge. Chris Shapiro says, loved B5, watched it through so many times. Still have my fan club Ranger pin. Walter Koenig was amazing as Bester, far better character than Chekhov. Yeah, Chekhov didn't have much to do, especially in the actual original series. I think he had more to do in the films. Caleb says, I was lucky and grew up during the transition to DVD, so VHS tapes were super cheap by then. New B5 gets me horde, Mr. Carbon says. Yeah, I transitioned from beta to VHS. Just barely on the... Beta was still around. I don't think we had a beta player. We had a VHS player. But when we go to the video store to rent something, there was the beta section. All right, good job, Kevin. Kevin says, starting to lose weight like you, but with Noom. I hear lots of good things about Noom. Oh, wow. Chris Shapiro says, I paid 100, is that euros? For the DS9 pilot on VHS. That was about $200 then. Wow. Ian Scott, is it a bird? Is it a plane? No, LGBT plus man. No matter how many times you see the last episode of B5, still makes us cry. And that I know I've never seen. I've just seen a handful of episodes, but I liked them. Obviously, some great storytelling going on. And the characters, Lando. I remember when they brought Laserdisc into our school, and everyone was so awed, and then no one cared. Yeah, Laserdisc didn't last very long because DVDs came out pretty dang quickly after that. My friend, when I was in high school, my friend's dad worked in Hollywood, and he had about 3,000 Laserdiscs in a viewing room and a screen that came out from the ceiling, and the lights were all black, the windows were all blacked out, so we could watch stuff there. And we'd go over there to watch a movie, and it'd take us a couple hours just to choose what movie we wanted to watch, because they're all lined up, and we would just go through all of them. I think one time we just ended up watching I think it was Aliens, not Alien, but Aliens. And at the middle of the movie, you had to stop and turn the Laserdisc over to watch the rest of the movie. It's Londo, right? It's not Lando, it's Londo. Or you guys correct me if I'm wrong. Whatever the name is. Foundation, I want to see it. I have it available to me, but I haven't watched it yet. I got to put it on a thumb drive and then bring it over to my PS4 and watch it on my TV. So I'm highly interested in that, but I haven't seen it yet. Caleb says, I remember I picked up the Star Wars prequel trilogy on VHS for $15. It paired nicely with my VHS copies of the original trilogy, theatrical cut, that I got from my grandparents. Those are probably worth more now. if you have the original Star Wars, the prequel trilogy. No, those if you had the original trilogy theatrical cut on VHS. Now, Chris says, we live for the one, we die for the one. Great B5 tagline. Now, boom, as you guys know in the Orville, John Lamar says boom all the time. But the first boom can be heard on Babylon 5. No booms today, booms tomorrow, or something like that. Claudia Christian's character said that. Oh yeah, Laserdiscs were bulky as heck. Now there's nothing. You just stream things now. All these movies exist in the cloud. Nothing to carry. It's wherever you go. It had some pew-pews on and Splosions. Nice. You know I love pew-pews and Splosions. Ivanova. She's in the middle of 15 things, and all of them are annoying. I saw Star Wars opening day 1977 in Dallas, Texas. Star Wars, crazy kooky Star Wars. I'm considering, Caleb says, I'm considering putting the sequel trilogy on VHS just to see what it would look like on a CRT television. So I'm guessing you have a CRT television. I don't even have one of those anymore. I even got rid of my old flat screen TV from a bunch of years ago. It was nice and flat, but it was heavy AF. The newer flat screens are big and very light, very easy to carry, very easy to steal. Oh, season 3, why do we have to wait till next year? Weep, snivel. Well, it's only a few months away, and by a few months I mean about 5 or 6 months away. Now, you guys, I've also revamped in my efforts to level up everything that I do and really have a set schedule of content coming out. I've also leveled up egotasticfuntime.com. If you go to egotasticfuntime.com, a very different, very Orville-tastic front page to the website that also includes a countdown clock to when the Orville Season 3 premieres. You click on countdown clock, boom, right there. It'll tell you down to the second how long it'll be until you have to wait till the next season of the Orville. Yeah, I had to do some coding to get that one done, but I had to learn how to do coding in order to do the coding. because I'm leveling up in every way possible. If it's called the cloud, then what's stored in the sun or moon? It's called the cloud if it's stored in the sun or moon, as compared to, I guess. Oh, then what's if it's called the cloud? Then what's stored in the sun or moon? Okay, I know it's the moon has cheese, and the sun has gas from the cheese. If you eat too much cheese, you get gas. So that's the sun and the moon. John Gill, I just learned earlier that the Blade Runner animated show starts next month, and Doom Patrol is still ongoing. Yeah, that one I haven't started. I love Doom Patrol so much. I haven't started season 3 yet. So it's not a boring wait. No, there's tons of stuff to watch until the next season of the Orville. And it's something we've gotten good at for the last couple of years at this point. But also, I'll be coming up with as much stuff as I can to entertain you guys between now and the season 3 premiere. And all the stuff I'm going to put out during the season 3 premiere. And the stuff I'm going to put out for, I'm sure we'll have at least a month or so of videos for me to make after the Orville season 3 premieres, because we got to get caught up, and I'll be coming up with more ideas and stuff that we saw and little tribute videos. And then after that, it's time to reassess all of this content creation that I do. If this experiment, if Talking the Orville and Egotastic FunTime doesn't become a little bit more successful by then, it's time for me to reassess what I'm doing with my life. I put that in my latest video over on Egotastic FunTime, because it's a struggle every week keeping these lights on, and something I have to think about at all times. So I'm like, well, if this huge effort that I'm going to put forth doesn't make things a little bit, keep the lights on a little bit better than it has done, I might have to figure out a different type of career and then just make this a little bit more of a hobby. But we'll have to wait and see. I'm not making any decisions until it's time to reassess next year. But as of right now, I'm just going all out, putting everything I have into this. The sun has hot babes. That's true. Really hot babes. Ashes, because they got burned up. There are too many things to watch. I recently started watching dinosaurs again. Not the mama. Good old dinosaurs. That was ahead of its time, I think. Yeah, hopefully JP makes more content. I used to watch a lot of Fandom Menace stuff, but all the white males and gender swaps and blah, 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 blah just got on my nerves too much. Yeah, I stay away from that type of demographic with my type of content. I'm here to serve the positivity. Because otherwise, that's just what the internet, that's what social media has become. And I'm like, I've always been on social media. Why do I want to be a part of that? So I'm going to keep it happy. Have fun every day. Even if you're working your ass off at something, try to have some sort of fun with it. Kalon Sphere, JP, you are already successful. I wouldn't be able to put out as good quality content as you do. Well, thank you. I feel I'm successful putting stuff out. I'm just not successful with YouTube giving me any money for the stuff I put out. At least not enough money. Because, I have to put stuff together that helps pay the bills. Otherwise, I couldn't put out content anyway, right? Because I wouldn't have electricity or a computer to do it. But I'll never be gone. I'll always be putting something out. It'll just be more laissez-faire when I have free time every month to do something. Yeah, I'm so glad the Orville community hasn't started gatekeeping in the fandom yet. That's the curmudgeon crowd right there. They got old and stuff doesn't impress them like it did when they were younger, because now they know how the world is. They know they got to pay bills, they got to pay taxes, and nothing is going to take that away. So when something doesn't take that away, they get angry at that thing. I get it. We get older. Our orgasms aren't as powerful as they used to be. And we start to think about the end of our lives. And it makes us angry at stuff that doesn't matter. Just got to keep on keeping on. That's right. But I'll never disappear completely, you guys. I'm always going to keep trying to connect with you guys right here on the interwebs. What you need, ask the Delta Llama. Things happen around me. I'm casually blessed. I'm just casually blessed a little bit. Ask out loud. I'm asking Avis. Avis, help keep the lights on so I can keep doing this. Hey, but if everything works out, if the fandom shows up and we get new people and I start putting out better stuff on everything I do, it all might work out and JP stays. But it's really not even time to think about that yet. I was just thinking about it.
Wow.
But right now is the time to work, to really put in the effort to really show the interwebs and the world and the producers in Hollywood and everybody out there what I got and what I can make and what I can do. So there's no even thinking about quitting until I put forth that effort completely all the way. Kevin Scott, thank you very much. Let's help JP keep going. Got to go back to teaching cello and guitar. Oh, that's awesome. Bring out my guitar. I got a violin somewhere in the closet somewhere. Come on, button, work.
Hobo clowns are the most dangerous because they're hungry.
Yeah, the buttons don't always work. Stupid buttons. It's all about timing. You don't know that. Electronic equipment. Thank you, Kevin, very much. Yeah, as Limp Bizkit said, keep rolling. Rolling, rolling, rolling. Rolling, rolling. But yeah, you guys, let's see. We got, oh yeah, we've only done an hour. That's pretty good. Sometimes I don't know where the time goes because I just start talking and talking and talking, and all of a sudden it's 2 hours later. But no, we're still doing good. Huey says, hell yeah, keep the hype and hunger, JP. I am so fired up right now. You guys, I haven't felt this way in a couple years. Ever since season 2 finished. You know, there was some videos put out for a while. But the inspiration, you know, the whole COVID thing and life and all that stuff really took away a lot of my inspiration and motivation. But, you know, you just got to keep doing it. But now I am fired up. As soon as that teaser trailer hit for the Orville, my brain just lit up and a million ideas came. And then I just sat down and I said, sorry, honey, I'm working for now and for the next 9 months. So, you know, come and say hi once in a while. But otherwise, I'm going to be doing everything I can to make all this content that just popped into my head. Mark Lawrence says, I wonder if us guys between the ages of 38 and 48 were influenced to play the cello via Airwolf. I don't know. I was never inspired to play the cello from Airwolf. I watched a bunch of Airwolf when I was a kid, but it wasn't my favorite show. Sometimes I'd watch it, but mostly I would just watch the opening. I'd finish watching like Chips or something like that, or Knight Rider, and then Airwolf would start, and I'd always stay for the theme song, but then once the show started, I always switch it off for some reason. I don't know why. Airwolf was great, but never really appealed to me, or maybe there was just another show on that I watched at that time. I watched a lot of TV as a kid, so you had to pick and choose. You couldn't just watch everything like you can nowadays. If two things were on at the same time, I mean, I might have been wanting to watch Small Wonder, because she's a small wonder. I don't know how to play the violin. I could probably throw something together on it. I can usually throw something together on any stringed instrument. Yeah, Chief O'Brien played the cello. Yeah, the Orville fandom is still new, and we can make it up as we go along. Yeah, we're just barely getting started when it comes to a fandom. And this is the most exciting time for a fandom. I love the Orville fandom more than any other fandom. And I've been a part of a lot of fandoms. and still part of other fandoms right now. But the Orville fandom is the absolute best, the happiest people. Even though we've been waiting a very long time, we keep our spirits up. We don't have we don't complain about every little thing, and if there's no little things to really complain about, we really go through with tweezers to find something to complain about. We're not at that stage yet, and I can tell you right now, I'll never be at that stage for anything ever again. I'm like, life's too short, and the universe is too big, and I grew up on Star Trek, and Star Trek taught me not to act that way. Yeah, I'm a couple episodes behind on Lower Decks. I really enjoy Lower Decks, but because I don't review Lower Decks, and I'm kind of keeping Star Trek to myself a little bit, I'm like, you know what, I'm going to watch Star Trek and not, think about how to review it. Just enjoy what's going on the screen, or not enjoy, depending on what happens, if you don't like it or not. Because, nothing's perfect. But yeah, I need to catch up on Lower Decks. I just haven't been drawn into wanting to catch the next episode as soon as possible. A lot of shows are like that for me right now. It's like I enjoyed What If, but I only watched a couple episodes, and I plan on watching the whole thing, but I just haven't been drawn to really, oh God, I got to see the new one. There's a bunch of shows like that right now. I think I'm saving all of my my hype feelings for the Orville. Once the Orville new the teaser trailer came out, I just started caring less about other things. I'm like, I'm all about Orville and making content right now. I was really loving Only Murders in the Building with Martin Short and Steve Martin and Selena Gomez, who turns out to be an awesome actor. She's got a really great vibe. Love that show, but I'm many episodes behind because I'm like, I don't got time for this. I'll just have to, someday when I have a bunch of time, I'll sit down and watch a bunch of these shows. John Gill says, I couldn't stand Lower Decks season 1, and I'm not super enthusiastic about season 2, but yeah, the last 2 episodes were really good. I hope that continues. Yeah, I've enjoyed every episode, just because it's just like a real nerdy, it's a bunch of Star Trek fans that got together and just put every reference they could, every Star Trek reference, and I get most of them. So I'm like, ding, ding, a little dopamine hit every time I understand something. And it's fun, but yeah, it's I don't consider it Star Trek. I consider it like a really fun, nerdy Star Trek conversation. Like the best Star Trek conversation you can have. Sir the Ferris one says, wife is a teacher and I'm a house husband. Got to go get her from work. Later, Master JP. Later, Master Ferris one. You rock. No, sir, you rock. Say hello to the wife for me. Oh, I wish I was a house husband. I mean, I'm at the house all the time. I'm halfway there. As someone who kind of grew up with Selena Gomez, I'm surprised that she's become a decent actor. Yeah, it must be just part of her natural personality that we just don't see, because she's always doing music videos and music and stuff. You don't really see the people's personalities. She's real low key and a little sarcastic. And I like that. I think it's cool. So, yeah, I'm really surprised. I saw her in another movie. I can't remember what it was. It was some sort of road trip movie. Not the franchise road trip, but a road trip happened within the movie. It was really great. I didn't like it so far because the characters are screaming all the time. I'd never liked that. Yeah, I never really thought of them as screaming, but I mean, doesn't mean they're not, I guess. I didn't pick up on it. But yeah, if you picked up on it, it's totally legit. There's certain people out there where the tone of their voice just rubs me the wrong way, even though there's nothing wrong with them. I used to have an example of that. I can't think of it right now. Oh, like Ani DeFranco. Ani DeFranco is a great singer and great songwriter and really nice voice, but for some reason it rubs me the wrong way in my ears. Davey says, I love Lower Decks. See, now I'm screaming. I do have to watch Trek Culture afterwards to understand everything in each episode. Yes, those channels that really are really knowledgeable and they can really just like dissect something and see all the Easter eggs and all that. I've always been I don't watch that stuff very often, but I've always been a fan of that type of thing because the knowledge is there and they're able to put it out really quickly and really be in depth and knowledgeable. That's what I'm trying to do with the Orville. I'm like, I want to be an expert. I guess I am an expert at the Orville, but I'm like, let's really dive in and really be the #1 expert on the Orville and have that be the one thing. You know, people come to me for Orville stuff and these fun conversations that we have. I might as well like know what I'm talking about. See, I don't know who's in the latest episode of Lower Decks. Archmage says JP's friend was in the new episode of Lower Decks, so he should like it. Yeah, I'll have to watch it. Well, I was going to say I have to watch it now, but I was going to watch it anyway at some point. Lower Decks are trying to do Rick and Morty, but they're not nearly as good as that type of humor. Well, actually, they're not trying to do Rick and Morty. They are the makers of Rick and Morty do make Lower Decks. It's the same people. Oh, yeah. Actually, that one I watch every week. Curtis Tate says, are you still watching What We Do in the Shadows? Yes, and I just watched the latest episode where they go to the toy store. I won't ruin anything for anybody. Oh, that show is so freaking good. That's, of course, Jermaine Clemens and Taika Waititi originally created What We Do in the Shadows, the movie. And then Taika had to convince Jermaine to make a TV series of it, I believe. And now we have the TV series. And I love the TV series so much more. They've really created a universe with What We Do in the Shadows. Paige Arnold says, thanks for the awesome stream, JP. I got to go get dinner and started and drink a bit. I miss alcohol. Hope you all have a good day. You too, Paige. Thanks for stopping by and thanks for your support. I look forward to coming here so you can explain the episode to me. Yeah, I cannot wait to explain new episodes of the Orville. Until then, I'm going to do a couple of explaining old episodes of the Orville as my 20-some weeks of new Orville content adventure has already begun a couple weeks ago. And so I already know I'm going to do a spotlight of every character / actor on the show. I'm going to be doing a best of you know, most of the characters on the show. I'll be doing deep dives, you know, with me on the screen, you know, doing what I usually do with the new set, doing the new Orville news and information that comes out along the way as we learn more stuff. But I'm trying to come up with some other ideas as far as like, you know, other episodes of the Orville or things that happen in episodes of the Orville that can connect to other things that happen in the Orville. I mean, I can even do, during a lot of my reviews in the previous 2 seasons, every time I saw something that reminded me of Star Trek, I would compare and contrast the two. I could probably do some videos just about that. You know, like About a Girl was very much like The Measure of a Man. Now, I did a whole review and I put that in there, but I could just do a video just about that. So it's a nice short, maybe 5-minute video that really deep dives and has higher, you know, better editing and quality and stuff like that. Yeah, Orville Splaining. That could be the channel name. Yeah, that should be a brand name right there. All right, you guys. I want to thank you guys for showing up. It's about time to wrap up this live stream. Thank you so much for the support. I'm going to start working on the next video. Now, I just put out, you saw it at the beginning of the stream, and I just put it up on YouTube about 15 minutes before the stream started. The Orville Bang Theory. What if the Orville was the Big Bang Theory? And that was I've been working on that one all week. And for, 25 seconds of that footage, took me 2 days just to put that 25 seconds together. The stuff before and after it was a lot easier than that 25 seconds. But it was fun to do. And now it makes me believe I can do my ultimate Orville TV show parody, Parks and Recreation. That's the theme song I've always wanted to recreate for the Orville, but I never thought I can match the effects that they use, like the editing involved. But I think I can figure it out now if I'm able to figure out the Big Bang Theory. I unlocked it. So thanks for being here. Thanks for watching the channel. Lots more to come out, and we're gonna be doing live streams every Thursday from now on, as I have a schedule locked in place for content, so you guys will be able to know when to expect stuff from me. And come say hi on the social medias. I'm on Twitter a lot, and I'll see you very soon. And as always, you guys, I hope all your times are egotastic fun times and talking the Orville times. Love you. Bye-bye.